My grandmother passed away last spring. We were going through her house when my aunt found 3 shoeboxes stuffed with old family photographs, decades of birthdays, holidays, summers at the lake. We spread them all out on the dining room table and spent hours going through them, laughing, remembering. And then my cousin pointed at one of the photos and said, "Who is that?" We looked. Standing at the back of every single group photo, in every single decade, at every single family event, was the same man. Same face, same dark coat, same expression. He was in photos from 1958, from 1974, from 1991, from 2003. He never aged, not once. And nobody in my family has any idea who he is. My name is Claire. I'm 34 years old. My grandmother, Nana Ruth, we called her, passed away in April at the age of 87. She lived a full life, a good life, and her death, while sad, was not a shock. We had time to say goodbye. What happened after her death was something none of us were prepared for. Nana Ruth was a keeper of things. Her house was filled with the accumulated weight of 8 decades of living: furniture, china, letters, trinkets, and photographs. Boxes and albums and loose stacks of photographs going back to the 1940s. My Aunt Margaret spent the first week after the funeral just cataloging what was there, before we could even begin to think about what to keep and what to let go. It was Margaret who found the shoeboxes, 3 of them stacked in the back of the wardrobe in Nana Ruth's bedroom, each one stuffed with photographs, loose, unlabeled, sorted by nothing except whatever logic Nana Ruth had used when she put them away. Margaret brought them downstairs, and we spread them across the dining room table on a Sunday afternoon. Me, my aunt, my cousin Pete, and Pete's wife Dana, and we started going through them. It was a beautiful afternoon, honestly, the kind of thing that grief sometimes gives you, a few hours of warmth inside the sadness. We laughed at old haircuts. We marveled at how young our parents had looked. We found photos we'd never seen before of people we only knew from other photographs. We had been at it for maybe 2 hours when Dana picked up a photo and went quiet. "Who is this?" she said. She held it up. It was a birthday party photo. Nana Ruth's kitchen, recognizable by the yellow wallpaper, a cake on the table with what looked like a significant number of candles, family crowded around, everyone smiling at the camera, and at the back of the group, slightly apart from the others, standing near the kitchen doorway, a man, tall, dark coat, dark hair, neatly combed, a face that was neither old nor young, one of those faces that could be 35 or could be 55, and you couldn't be sure. He was not smiling. He was not looking at the cake or the birthday person or the camera. He was looking slightly to the left of it, at something just outside the frame. None of us recognized him. I turned the photo over. In Nana Ruth's handwriting, a date and a caption, Ruth's 50th, July 1986. "Probably a neighbor," my aunt said. "Mom knew everyone on the street." We set the photo aside and kept going. 20 minutes later, Pete held up another one. "Is this the same guy?" We looked. A different photo entirely, outdoor this time, a summer gathering at someone's backyard. Different decade based on the clothing, earlier, maybe late 1970s. Different people in the foreground, and at the back, near the fence line, standing slightly apart from the group, the same man. Same face, same dark coat, same expression. That slight sideways look away from the camera at something none of us could see. My aunt took both photos and held them side by side. The silence at the table changed quality. "That's the same person," Dana said quietly. We started going through every photograph with new eyes. systematically now, not casually, splitting the pile into sections, looking carefully at every face in every group shot, checking backgrounds and edges and the spaces between people. We found him in 11 photographs that afternoon, 11 photographs spanning from 1958 to 2009. Birthday parties, Christmas dinners, a 4th of July barbecue, a graduation, a wedding. Different locations, different people, different occasions. The same man in every single one. He did not age. In the earliest photo, a Christmas gathering dated 1958, Nana Ruth young and laughing in the foreground, he looked exactly as he did in a backyard photo from 2003. Same face, same dark coat, same expression. 45 years and not a line added, not a hair changed, not a single mark of time on him. We called every family member we could reach that evening. My mother, my uncle, 3 cousins who hadn't been there that afternoon. We described him, sent photos by phone to those who lived far away. Nobody knew him. My uncle, who is 71 and has the sharpest memory of anyone in our family, studied the photos for a long time before saying he had a vague, uncomfortable feeling that he had seen this man before. Not that he knew him, just that he had a dim sense of having seen that face at the edges of family events throughout his life, without ever thinking to question it, the way you don't question something that has always been there, the way you stop seeing what you see every day. My cousin Pete, who is practical and skeptical and works in IT, spent 2 days trying to find a rational explanation. He looked into photo manipulation techniques from different eras, considered whether the same image could have been superimposed on multiple photos through some darkroom technique, researched whether the same person could genuinely appear unchanged across 5 decades through some quirk of genetics or photography. He called me on the 3rd day and said simply, "I can't explain it." I took the photos to a professional photo restorer and archivist, a woman named Helen who had worked with historical images for 30 years. She examined the photographs under magnification, tested the paper and chemical composition, looked at the grain and exposure of each image. Her conclusion: every photograph was authentic, no manipulation, no superimposition, no copying or collaging. Each image was exactly what it appeared to be, a real photograph taken at a real moment in time. The man simply was there, in every one, unchanged. Helen was quiet for a long moment after she told me this. Then she said something I have turned over in my mind every day since. In my 30 years of doing this work, I have come across the occasional photo where someone appears who cannot be accounted for, family members who see a stranger in an old image and cannot identify them. It is not as rare as you might think, but 11 photos, she paused, across 60 years, I have never seen anything like this. I went back to Nana Ruth's house alone the following week, before we'd finished clearing it out. I don't know exactly what I was looking for. Something that would explain it, I suppose. Some connection between this man and my grandmother that the rest of the family wasn't aware of. I went through her papers, her letters, her journals. She kept journals, small cloth-covered books, 1 per year going back to the 1960s. I found his name in a journal from 1962. She referred to him only once in a single entry, and she did not explain who he was or how he knew him. The entry was brief. It read, "He was at Margaret's christening today, standing at the back as always. I have decided I am no longer going to ask who he is. Some questions, I think, are better left alone. He has never done anything to harm us. He simply watches. I have come to think of him as a kind of guardian, though I cannot say why I feel that way. I simply do." That was all. I sat in my grandmother's empty kitchen for a long time after I read that. She had seen him too, For decades she had seen him and made a decision, a conscious, deliberate decision, not to question it, not to be afraid, to simply accept his presence at the edges of her family's life, and she had never told anyone. I have looked at every photograph we found one more time since then, all 11 images, and I have noticed something I missed the first time, something that only became clear when I looked at them in chronological order. In the earliest photos, from the 1950s and 1960s, he is always at the back, far from the family, near doorways or fence lines or the edges of rooms. But in each successive decade, he's a little closer. By 2009, the last photo we found him in, he's in the middle of the group, almost part of it, almost family. Go find your oldest family photos tonight. Look carefully at the background. Look at who's standing at the edges, and ask yourself, have you seen that face before? Subscribe for a brand new AI horror story every single day. Tell me in the comments, would you want to know who he was? Or would you make the same choice as Nana Ruth?